Good morning, family and friends. This is Cali, aka Elamado Bay, Aboriginal American. I just received a like on one of my comments on YouTube regarding Eric Holder's YouTube or the channel with his music on it, because of course I'm doing my own checks and balances, because I don't believe whatever the government hands to me to be truth. However, somebody said, I guess he was a real gangster and not a studio gangster. We need to certify and clarify, or clarify and certify something right now. Basically, if a person takes a weapon, illegally or illegal weapon, and inflicts unwarranted damage or injury to someone, or murder to take a life, they're not a gangster, they're a psychopath. They are missing the element that they're missing the human, the intellectual element that separates man from beast. So if you walk around here and your vernacular is not appropriate to correspond, communicate with people on a legible level, your pants, you don't have the intellect or the intuition to modify your clothing to where you have free range, or where you're not insulting anyone by bearing or brandishing your private parts. That's what I call them, private parts, because they're meant to be exposed in private and in intimate settings. And if you don't have the sense to not be bearing arms to be in pursuit of your liberties, then you are a psychopath. If you're attacking someone that looks just like you, someone that is struggling through the same endeavors and pursuing their liberation, their education, if you're killing or pursuing someone that comes from a broken family as yourself, you are not a gangster. As a matter of fact, you are a co-op. That is the real cooperating with the system, or with the ops, the opposition. That is the real cooperation. Yeah, the one that goes in there that was playing the game and goes in there and rats, they're cooperating likewise. But those that are participating in this non-productive behavior is the initial co-op. So let's clarify and certify what gangster is. A gangster is a thug. It's one that is outside the parameters, outside the boundaries, outside the definition of civilized or marginal or in good standing. And the history has shown and proven that those that are outside of those margins, outside of those boundaries, those that are outside of good standing are the ones that you would consider a square. So you can't, you want to take the definition of square today and say that it's something derogatory, but those squares led the path of yesterday. Those Marcus Garveys, those squares, those that stood 180 degrees plane to the Earth's surface, who was starched up and creased, groomed, smelling fresh, breath smelling fresh, looking good, feeling good, speaking good, educated, trailblazer in the community, a peace advocate. Those are what squares are. And I do want to ask the question likewise, because I hear a lot of people talking about street niggas and street shit. I grew up without a mother and a father. I want to say that in no way am I going to attempt to say that my record is polished and unclean and flawless. But I grew up without a mother and a father. Was I shooting in the streets? No. Was I selling crack cocaine? No. Did I go to college? Yes. Did I pursue a trade? Yes. Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, had his mother and his father. His mother put him into a music program. He was an excelling academic achiever. What qualified him as a street nigga? Inquiring minds are wondering. And as a last but not least, Nipsey Hussle may have been a nigga, but not a nigger. All in front of your eyes, all in front of you street niggas' eyes, you black folks' eyes, people have the truth in your face, but you fail to acknowledge it or recognize it. Nipsey Hussle was Eritrean, okay? So once again, they're saying, this is something that you niggas cannot achieve. This is something that you niggas cannot do. This is something that you niggas have not done. Because everything that they do, they take it away from you niggas. But guess what? Being a nigga, being a black is a choice. You could wake up this morning and decide, I don't want to be black anymore. Because black is not a nationality, nor ethnicity. Okay? Every people is associated with a land. And what evidence or proof do you have that your land is Africa while you call yourself African American? Last time I checked, American were those copper-toned peoples found here by the Europeans. All right? Just some morning thoughts. Have a great one. Peace.